So nothing to do with so at 10 years.
I wrote it on all of them.
So is it still muted?
Yeah.
We need to unmute it.
They're doing it from upstairs. Mel's got it. He just washed it to make sure it turned on.
Okay.
Or no. It's You're good.
Good morning. It's 9 o'clock. We'll call to order the Board of Public Works and Safety meeting. Board, in front of you, you have the meeting minutes from the May 6th regular meeting.
I'll move to approve those minutes.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the meetings minutes. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Introduction of guests. Nate Crown, Jessica Lestinsky, Jim Cataract, Jeff Jones, Matt Faber. Welcome.
Morning.
Okay. Is there anyone in the public that would like to address the board? Anyone in the public that would like to address the board? Hearing none, we'll move on to reports, building and planning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Just one item this morning. Elizabeth Walters, the Elizabeth Garden and Bakery, she's got an itinerant vendor's license with the city. That's valid through February of 2026. She's asking to change the terms. One of the terms of that license, which was the hours she's allowed to locate her mobile stand at the James Cultural Plaza there in Jackson Street. Currently, her license limits her hours on Saturday from 8 to 5. She's requesting to modify it to go to 8 p.m. So that is the gist of the request this morning.
I will move to approve the itinerant vendor amendment and adjust the hours to 8 p.m. on Saturdays for Elizabeth's Bakery.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the extension of hours to 8 p.m. on Saturday. Any questions or discussion? I do have some.
Oh, great.
Sorry, I didn't-
No, go ahead.
So a couple things. With that, I think in the event of a street closure or some sort of event that she would be prohibited from setting up in that area so that there's no disruption of that. And then the second thing to confirm, it is Saturdays only, and it has been brought to my attention that she's been there throughout the week. So we will address that portion. She can go back and ask for that, but currently it's not stated. It just
Okay.
states Saturdays. So I'd like to exact best way, basically have the motion, but
Add the conditions.
condition that, it's prohibited on days that there's a street closure in that block for an event. So.
Yeah. I would just, I guess, restate the motion with the added conditions.
You want to do that? Or-
Yeah, do we have to vote our motion down?
No.
Okay.
No, you just basically going to amend it since he made the original.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that was a concern of mine, and as long as it's articulated to her, I think she'll have no problem with that. But let's make that official by saying that we'll make this motion to approve the itinerant vendor agreement with Elizabeth Garden and Bakery. She can be there Saturdays until 8 p.m., but that does not include days where there are street closures already approved.
Or future.
Or future street closures, yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Same sign. Motion carried. Thank you. Nothing from IT this morning, nothing from AES. That brings us to Human Resources.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I would like to ask the board's approval for the resolution to adopt a second amendment agreement and declaration with AIM Medical Trust and to allow the city to participate in the trust. This agreement explains the requirements of the trust and how it's structured. Being part of Medical AIM Trust is a cost-effective way to manage our employees' health benefits. It's going to allow us to provide quality health benefits to our employees at a reduced cost and plan responsibility for the future.
I'll move to approve the AIM Medical Trust Resolution, Resolution 02-2025.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? I would just like to add that with the trust, it also gives the employees options to go to either Parkview, Lutheran, or IU Health. So it opens up those networks that normally or historically have been out of network for, again, what appears to be a cost savings.
Great.
If there's no other questions or discussion, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
City Attorney?
All right, you have before you the ingress egress agreement with DeKalb County. This is for the road that leads to the Central Communications building. This is just cleaning some things up. Currently there is no formal agreement between the city and the county for the county to use that drive to get to their building. Clarifies who is going to handle repairs, maintenance, snow plowing, all of that. Just added clarification between the city and the county for that area.
I will move to approve the ingress egress easement agreement with the county.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
I think this is excellent to have these things cleaned up and very transparent and clear. Good work.
I would agree. If there's no other questions or discussion, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you. City Engineer?
Good morning.
Morning.
Two items this morning. The first one is for our large format plotter maintenance agreement. This is with Eastern Engineering. This is a yearly maintenance agreement. This would be for a monthly charge of $160.66. That went up from $146.05 last year. And it also covers a additional usage fee of 15 cents per square foot. That went up from 14 cents per square foot last year. This is just a yearly maintenance agreement with Eastern Engineering.
I'll move to approve the large format plotter maintenance agreement with Eastern Engineering. Base rate of $160.66 with additional usage of 15 cents per square foot.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Thank you. The second item is what we're calling the Cedar Street water and sewer improvements. This is going to be a design project that we'd like to get going with. Wessler Engineering has provided the city with an agreement contract in the amount of $234,000 to perform professional engineering services, which shall include topographic survey, design, utility coordination, permitting, bidding, and construction administration. This would, and along with that would be a notice to proceed.
I'll move to approve the Cedar Street water and sewer improvements. through Wessler Engineering in the amount of $234,000, and also the notice to proceed.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign, motion carried.
Thank you.
Nothing from clerk treasurer this morning, nothing from fire. I don't have anything on the agenda. But I'd just like to state that new superintendent with the Auburn Street Department is Troy Ackerman. And he began those duties on Monday, May 5th. And then Nate Crowell, who's here today, has been promoted to assistant city engineer, so congrats. Nothing from parks. That brings us to police.
Morning.
Good morning.
Got one request. So the Auburn Development Group is requesting the closure of 9th Street from Main Street to Jackson Street, starting June 2nd, 2025 until approximately October 31st, 2026. Obviously, they will open the streets for all major events with the city of Auburn. And then Corey is going to be in continuous communication with ADG and MF projects.
I will move to approve the request for street closure with the Auburn Development Group.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? I believe we have a representative here. Yeah. You want to step up, Matt? I just got a real quick question, just for clarification. Morning.
Good morning, Matt Faber.
Hey, real quick question. So I know projected to start June 2nd. Will that date fluctuate maybe depending on?
June 2nd is, we're shooting for to start taking the parking, setting up barricades, the construction fence for the site, the construction fence for the parking down 11th and Main. Start putting cameras in, actually tooth in the ground. To start the foundation, it'll probably be more like mid-June, end of June. But we would like to, while we're waiting on the construction design release from the state, start removing, once we got barricades and the property protected, start removing the rest of the sidewalk, the curb line, getting that stuff ready for the building phase to start once we get our release from the state and the conditions I need to satisfy with the city, local permitting. So.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yep.
And I know they've also been in contact and the mayor's office has also helped with all the businesses, so there's been good coordination there, so we appreciate that.
The only, and I mean, it's better to not say, but I'd rather say, the only person we haven't been in contact would be Martha's Popcorn. That sidewalk is open. I mean, okay. But I mean, other than that, we didn't want these adjacent owners to hear it in the paper, or we wanted them to hear it from the project. And when the mayor asked if he could help, I mean, why doesn't that scream, partnering? So they were all very helpful. So.
Thank you.
And though this is closed, you are able to allow some cars that use that street.
Yeah, people that are in the business that usually park behind, which would be the alley that would go north off of 9th, towards that area. We've communicated with them, and we'll make access for them to get in and out. And then the deliveries for the flower shop will help get them in, and they'll use the sidewalk for deliveries. So
That's awesome.
we're trying not to impede their everyday life, as much as possible while we go through this growing pain.
Good.
Yeah, and it'll also be coordinated for first responders. There'll be gates on both the east and west side with a lockbox, so they'll have clear access through there if need be as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign, motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nothing from street this morning. That brings us to electric.
Good morning.
Morning.
We have one item for the board's consideration this morning. This would be an engagement letter with Huron's and Company Communication for future initiatives. This would have a do not exceed of $25,000.
I'll move to approve the engagement letter with Huron's in the not to exceed amount of $25,000.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion?
And to be clear, no cost is coming until it is needed.
Correct. That's
If
just
it's
an
not
engagement.
needed, it may not cost
Correct.
anything. We just got this agreement in place.
In case of, yeah.
Wonderful.
There's no other questions or discussion. I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nothing from water this week. We got water pollution control, and Todd is out today, so I'll be presenting for him. The first thing they have for WPC is relining the stormwater holding tank out at Plant 1. They would like the board's approval. They've received several different quotes and would like to accept a quote from Advanced Rehabilitation Technology in the amount of $40,000 to line that tank. They were the same company that lined the another holding tank in 2024.
I will move to approve the agreement for the lining of the holding tank with Advanced Rehabilitation Technology in the amount of $40,000.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. The next thing is an engagement letter with Baker Tilly to work with them on future sewer projects and any sort of debt issuance that may be needed. That is.
I saw a cost of $6,500 in there.
This one.
Yeah, so approval of that.
Okay.
And this is the standards engagement letter we would typically receive.
There is a compensation and invoicing,
Is there? Okay.
if you want to look at that. I don't know if that's what you're looking for.
Oh, yes. So, yeah, it looks like it's a do not exceed of 80,000.
Okay.
And then they have it broken down by their hourly rates as well. Time and expense.
I will move to approve the engagement letter with Baker Tilly with the do not exceed amount of $80,000.
Second.
And we have a motion, second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a question. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign. Motion carried. That's it for that. Other announcements, I'd just like to remind everybody, this Monday, 11 a.m., at the corner of 9th and Main, they will have the American Legion Post 97 and the Legion Riders will be doing their annual Memorial Day service for anyone that would like to attend. And the next regular Board of Works meeting is Tuesday, June 3rd, 2025 at 9 a.m. Is there any other business to come before the board?
I'll move to adjourn.
Second.
I
Sorry.
have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Meeting adjourned.